Hello and welcome to the Economy This Week series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about important economic events which had happened in the past week, and this session is important for your GS-3 perspective. Moving towards the points of discussion part. So first of all, we are going to discuss about the Trump threat to the BRICS countries. Then we are going to discuss about the small and medium enterprises. Then we are going to discuss about the base year, then biomass industry. And we'll also discuss a topic which is known as PM-KUSUM. So this topic is aligned with the biomass industry. So that's why these all topics are very much important for your examination. Now, coming to the discussion part. So before moving to the discussion part, I have to make an important announcement for you. Drishti IAS Mukherjee Nagar classes has been shifted to the Noida, and our new address is C171/2 Block A, Sector 15, Noida. And Hindi medium class will begin by 9th December 3 p.m. English medium 12th December 6 p.m. This is a calling number 9311406440. In Prayagraj, the class will begin by Jan 2nd 5:30 p.m. And Drishti IAS has also launched a new initiative for all the UPSC aspirant, which is Sambhav 2025. And this is very much important because in this there will be 10 daily MCQ, 2 mains questions. So this is very much important for your examination. Now we'll come to the next one, which is about the Trump threat to the BRICS countries, and this is the news. So you already know that recently Trump has given this threat to the BRICS countries that if you will make a plan of another currency, if you'll try to introduce another currency, you have to face 100% tariff from the US. So this threat has been given to the BRICS countries. And why it is so? Because if they will make an alternative currency and in that currency if they will trade, so there are chances that there will be the de-dollarization of what you can say dollar. So this is the thing. Also there are various debates related to this thing, because if Trump will impose 100% tariff on the BRICS countries and the countries who are exporting their goods to the USA, so it is the ultimate US consumer who has to pay the tariffs for all these kind of the thing. So, but in election campaign, Trump has refused this claim, and he says that this is not the situation. It is the country who has what you can say exporting or importing to the other countries, so they had to pay. But this is a very complex situation and various debates related to this particular issue, that who is going to pay the ultimate tariff. It is true that if any country has to face 100% tariff into another country, so there are chances that the products of that country will have less exposure, because people do not want to spend 100% tariff or so much of tariff on any product. So there are chances that there will be the less popularization of those products. So this is the thing. There is also debate that might be because 90% of the trade is happening into the dollars, but we cannot say that we do not have other options. We have other options found also. But Trump has problem with the BRICS countries, because BRICS country is economically very much significant, and we can see the various big blocks are the part of the BRICS countries, suppose that China and Russia. So this is the problem and confusion that might be this country can influence, and might be they can make an alternative to this thing. Also there is a debate on the BRICS countries, because they are saying that so many economic experts are saying that if BRICS country wants to completely abolish the dollar use, so it cannot be, because dollar is already very strong and it's very difficult to replace such kind of the currency. So this is the news, and we do not know that what will happen and whether it is a threat or it's in actual, or whether the BRICS countries are planning, because in a recent meeting they had discussed about the alternative thing, because this will boost to their own currency, and there will be also chances of internationalization of rupee, because when we see the international trade in rupees, so it is very less. So if BRICS country will plan to have their own currency mechanism, they can also promote their own currency, and they can also plan into terms of digital currency like cryptocurrency. So this is the thing. Now we'll come to the small medium enterprises. So recently what we have seen that Chief Economic Advisor Anant Nageswaran has given a statement, and in that statement he says that the small medium enterprises does not have to invest their time and money into the regulation process, because it will discourage them to invest much and focus on business. So they should focus much on business rather than regularization, and it should be on the responsibility of the government also that they should not make a very complex and lengthy process for any regulation of the small and medium enterprises, so that they cannot invest much their energy, money and time into all those kind of regularization stuff. So this must be eased out. And he also said that we need to prioritize economic growth, and this is significant because this is very much important in healing Indian economy. And he also said that if you want to achieve a growth, and how energy transition and everything is very much important, because these are the factors which are very responsible for the economic growth of a country, because it can boost the potential growth, and India's potential GDP growth is 6.5 to 7%, and by improvements in physical infrastructure, financial inclusion. So these things are very much needed, and we need to also work on the digital infrastructure. Then we have to also focus on the higher growth, because there are so many challenges in front of the higher growth. So we have to focus much on the public and private investment, deregulating the economy. So we do not have to make very complex process. Then we have to focus on the aspirational economies. So here we have to focus on the energy transition. We have to move from fossil fuels to the renewable energy, and we have to focus on the successful energy transition, then interdependence, energy transition and economic growth. So we have to make it workable that how energy transition and economic growth can run parallel, and also the cost of the capital. So he also said that this is not like growth or any kind of parameters like energy transition and economic growth. So they need to run parallelly, and this is not choice of India. This is a necessity of India. It means that we are bound to do that. And if we are not able to do that, then Indian economy must face such kind of the problem. So overall, if we'll see, what we can see that India must balance its aspirations and higher growth with the global imperative of energy transition. So overall, he had given much focus on the energy transition, that how we need to transit, and we have to also take care of the economic growth, and we have to also focus on deregulation of the economies. We should not much invest into the paperwork and other nitties-gritties related to such kind of the thing. Now we'll come to the next one, which is about the base year. So recently there was a meeting, and Ministry of Statistics and Program said that government has decided to update the base year, and we have currently base year of 2011 and 12, and right now they are going to changes by 2022 to 2023, and every country has a different decision and different method to calculate GDP and different method to decide base year. So this is the news that the government is thinking to change the base year, because it's already been more than a decade. So it's very important, in order to know the current economic situation, the base year must be revised. So here we'll come to the brief about that what is base year. So it is of the national accounts, and it chooses to enable inter-year comparison. So that's why base year is decided. And it gives an idea about the changes in purchasing power, and allows calculation of inflation adjusted growth estimates, because whatever the purchasing power we had in 2011 and 12, it is not similar. So that's why the base year needs to be changed, and it gives that if we will calculate, so it give a what you can say parameter to calculate the GDP and other economic adjustment and other economic growth. So that's why base year is very much important. And this time we have 2011 12, it has changed from 2004 and 5. So here we can see that it was a after 5 years it has changed, but this time it has a very long process, maybe because of the pandemic and other economic issues faced by this country. Then we have also it tells the accuracy. So change of the base year to calculate GDP is done So it give a accurate idea about the economic criteria, and it is also globally aligned, because if any countries has a base year of 2020 or 2021, and if our base year is 2011, so the economic situation differs very because our base year is different and we are calculating onto this thing. So that's why in order to alignment with the global world, this thing is needed. Now we'll come to the next one, which is about the biomass industry. And why the biomass industry is booming in India? Because India is a country which has a plenty of natural resources, and because of that biomass industry has a very good scope in India. Also, India has initiated various initiatives like best out of west, and we have biofuel policy also. So that's why biomass industry has a better future in India. So what is biomass energy? So biomass energy includes energy generated from wood and wood waste, biogas, landfill waste, sewage, and household garbage like paper, cardboard waste, plastics, glass. And here we come to that India in financial year 2023, India has this biomass power capacity, which is the target is 200 gigawatt, and right now financial year 30, our target base is 500 gigawatt of non-fossil fuel energy. It means that here we are going to totally focus on the fossil renewable energy. We are going to transition from the fossil fuel. So here we have another thing which is about that how biomass thing is needed, because it will have a better scope in energy security. It has a better scope in rural development, because most of things are related to the rural economy and garbage management. So many rural economy is based on the fossil fuel, so their transition is needed. Environmental benefits, because we are going to transit from the traditional what you can say fossil fuels from the new renewable energy. So it is very economically friendly and also what you can say environment friendly. Right now we have few loopholes because the transition is getting costly for the people, but government of India had also thought about this thing, and we have supportive policies like National Biofuel Policy and PM-KUSUM, which is very much helpful into achieve the biofuel goal of India, and it also promote the sustainability, and it also promote the eco-friendly and economic-friendly energy transformation. Now we'll come to the next one, which is about the PM-KUSUM. So PM-KUSUM is related to the bio industry. It is a scheme and it was launched in 2019, and what it envisages, so it envisages that India's share of non-fossil fuel based power for 40% by 2030. So it has target that India can achieve 40% of non-fossil fuel based energy by 2030. And it has three components: component A, component B, and component C, and each component has a separate target. Like it will establish 10,000 megawatt decentralized renewable energy power plants, and it will also focus on the DISCOM by selling of DISCOM. And then component B, it will install 17.5 lakh standalone solar agriculture pumps, and component C, solarize 10 lakh grid connected agriculture pumps. So PM-KUSUM is basically about the renewable energy, and that to the solar energy. So it has a very good initiative in terms that how India can use its solar energy, because India is in a tropical region and it has abundance amount of the solar resources. Now we'll come to the question part. So we'll quickly go through the question part. Which of the following component is correctly matched under the PM-KUSUM Yojana? Component A, decentralized renewable energy power plants. Component B, standalone solar agriculture pumps for off-grid areas. Component C, solarization of grid connected agriculture pumps. And here are your option: 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 1, 2 and 3, 2 and 3 only. Here you have to give the correct one so you can find out. Then we'll come to the next one. What is the target of India's non-fossil fuel energy capacity by financial 30? So 200 gigawatt, 350, 500, 750. This is very easy one. Then we can come to the next one. What is the base year for national accounts updated periodically? To reflect structural changes in the economy, to avoid inter-year comparisons, to standardize inflation across all countries, to eliminate the calculation of real growth rates. So you can answer. Now we'll come to the last question. Why are countries seeking alternatives to the US dollar in international trade? To avoid dependence on the US economy and the impact of sanction due to devaluation of dollar in the global market because of the US dollar is no longer accepted for transaction, to promote the use of national currencies in global trend. So this is very easy one, you can answer into the comment section. And that's it for today's session. And in the description we have the location of the Noida branch, so you can visit that thing also. Thank you, have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.